Hi, teammates. Good morning. Today we're going to continue to learn about the Constitution. Yesterday you learned about the Articles of Confederation, the first document that created the U.S. government, but the articles were very weak and ineffective, so the Founding Fathers met and they wrote the Constitution. So you're going to break down the parts, the beginning parts of the Constitution today, and I'm going to help you read through some of the paragraphs. So make sure you fill out this information and break down the aim. You're going to identify the main idea and key details. Make sure you write the power verb and another way to say that word. All right, how do they govern? I'm going to read this out loud and then just skim over the questions. This is just an introduction. How do they govern? The U.S. Constitution is a document that creates our nation's government. The contents of the Constitution create the three branches of our government and give directions how the federal government works. Federal means national. So anytime you see federal, it's the whole country, not just states. It does this with a little over 4,500 words covering only 4 sheets of paper. So it's pretty short and easy to read, quick to read. Although the Constitution was written in 1787, over 220 years ago, it still guides our officials in running our country today. It is the oldest written constitution in the world that is still in use. Okay, so find the main idea of the paragraph and write a gist statement. Remember the main idea, some hints. It's usually in the beginning or the end of the paragraph, and it has the main who and the main what. Then you'll answer these multiple choice. Okay, so now I'm going to skip ahead and just read the preamble. It's like the preamble is like the Constitution's introduction. So our Constitution is divided into 9 parts. Sorry to talk. The Constitution is divided into 9 parts. The very beginning of the Constitution is called the preamble. So say that with me, preamble. Its job is to introduce the Constitution, explain what the Constitution is meant to do, the purpose, and describe the purpose of the new government. The first 3 words of the Constitution, we the people, contain the important idea of self-government. Remember, they didn't want a king. They already just fought a war with England. They don't want a king. They want a country that gets power from the citizens, from the everyday people, we the people. So it creates this idea of self-government. This phrase sums up the idea that the government of the United States is run by its people for its people. The people choose their own leaders. This idea is called popular sovereignty. Let me say it again. This idea is called popular sovereignty. So say that with me because this is a tricky one. Popular sovereignty. Sovereignty. Levon's not helping in the background. So popular sovereignty means we choose our leaders. It is also called a democracy. The Greeks invented democracy thousands of years ago. One thing I do want to mention, we're going to come back to this phrase, we the people, because did it really mean all people or just the Founding Fathers were all men and they were all white men who owned land? So I want you to think about if the Founding Fathers were white men who owned land, who is left out of that phrase, we the people? Because you're going to answer that question later. All right, I'm going to pause the video now, but I will come back and read about the legislative branch. Make sure you answer all the questions. Good luck.